In the Much Ado About premiere of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 13, the long-standing tension between Rasheeda Frost and Jasmine finally exploded in a dramatic showdown that had viewers hooked. For years, Rasheeda's marriage to Kirk Frost has been a central focus of the show, and Jasmine's repeated attempts to interfere only made things worse. This episode was a turning point, as Rasheeda decided she had enough and confronted Jasmine in a way no one expected. Jasmine's involvement in Rasheeda and Kirk's marriage has been a constant source of problems. She had a history of trying to get back with Kirk, causing major issues in Rasheeda and Kirk's relationship. Even after creating so much trouble in the past, Jasmine continued to cross boundaries. At the start of Season 13, Jasmine tried once again to get close to Kirk, making things even harder for Rasheeda. Her refusal to leave Kirk alone wasn't just frustrating, it was a direct attack on Rasheeda's family and everything she had worked so hard to build. Rasheeda had always tried to stay calm and focus on her family, her businesses, and her marriage, handling challenges with grace. But Jasmine's constant disrespect was too much to ignore. Rasheeda realized she couldn't stay silent anymore and decided to deal with the issue directly. She wasn't going to let Jasmine destroy everything she had built. Confronting Jasmine wasn't an easy decision, but Rasheeda had reached her limit. She knew it was time to stand up for herself and take control of the situation. When Rasheeda and Jasmine finally faced each other, the confrontation was intense. This wasn't just a small argument, it was a clash of emotions that had been building for years. Rasheeda, who had tried to stay composed for so long, finally let out all her frustration. The showdown marked a powerful moment in the series, showing that Rasheeda was no longer willing to tolerate the chaos Jasmine had caused.
You don't know because you don't.
I do know. I'm not.
So the agreement was that you get canon the third weekend of every month. Do you do that?
No, we didn't really agree to that because the last time...
It's signed on paper.
This is what I just want to say. It's not gonna ever be exactly what you want it to be. But
I
one
get
thing
that
you
now.
ain't gonna never, ever, ever have to question or worry about is that boy getting the love and the same treatment as all the other kids when he's around. Always been concerned, and I've always loved him since the first day I
heard from you.
You don't have to hear from me because Cannon knows what's up. That's all that
You
matters.
understand why it's a little weird now. It seems
but
like
you
it's
know it's
as
not weird.
genuine because
No, it's genuine.
now all of a sudden.
I always been there since I decided to forgive this. If I forgave him, I gotta take everything that comes with it, and that's canon. Y'all figure some out so we can get this boy on track like he.
Rasheeda was tired of being disrespected by Jasmine. She was fed up with Jasmine trying to come between her and Kirk and constantly undermining her marriage. Rasheeda finally confronted Jasmine, calling her out for repeatedly trying to ruin her family and making it clear that she wouldn't stand for it anymore. Jasmine tried to defend herself, but Rasheeda wasn't having it. Rasheeda spoke with confidence, making it clear that Jasmine's manipulative behavior wouldn't be tolerated. This wasn't just about Kirk. It was about Rasheeda taking back control of her life and protecting her peace. The argument quickly escalated with both women exchanging heated words. However, it became obvious that this moment was bigger than their drama. For years, Rasheeda had tried to keep the peace, but now she was done letting anyone, even Jasmine, control her life. She was determined to stand her ground. "There is no more time," Rasheeda told her brother, "to save the world." As the confrontation continued, Rasheeda grew even stronger. She wasn't just defending her marriage, she was standing up for herself. She had worked hard on her businesses, her family, and her personal growth, and she wasn't going to let Jasmine take that away from her. This wasn't just about Kirk. It was about Rasheeda reclaiming her identity as a woman who wouldn't let anyone walk over her. In that moment, Rasheeda's strength was undeniable. She wasn't just standing up to Jasmine, she was standing up for everything she had built and everything she had fought for. By the time the confrontation ended, it was clear Rasheeda had won. She showed Jasmine that no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't break apart Rasheeda's family. This might not have been the end of the drama, but it was a turning point. Rasheeda proved that she wouldn't let anyone disturb her peace or take away what mattered most to her. She had taken charge, reclaimed her power, and shown her resilience. As the episode ended, Viewers were left wondering what would happen next for Rasheeda, Kirk, and Jasmine. But one thing was certain. If you mess with Rasheeda Frost, you'd better be ready for a fight.
You don't know because you don't.
I do
speak to
know.
it.
I'm not.
So the agreement was that you get Cannon the third weekend of every month. Do you do that?
No, we didn't really agree to that because the last time.
It's signed on paper.
This is what I just want to say. It's not gonna ever be exactly what you want it to be. But
I
one
get
thing
that
you
now.
ain't gonna never, ever, ever have to question or worry about is that boy getting the love and the same treatment as all the other kids when he's around. Always been concerned, and I've always loved him since the first day I
heard from you.
You don't have to hear from me because Cannon knows what's up. That's
So
all
now
that
you
matters.
understand why it's a little weird now. It seems
but
like
you
it's
know it's
as
not weird.
genuine because
No, it's genuine.
now all of a sudden.
I always been there since I decided to forgive this. If I forgave him, I gotta take everything that comes with it, and that's canon. Y'all figure some out so we can get this boy on track like he needs.
Kirk has made things worse by not owning up to what he did. Instead of admitting he messed up again, he's acting like the victim. He's been telling everyone that he's been unhappy in his marriage for a long time. He even said his affair with Jasmine was his way of escaping problems at home with Rasheeda. Just a few days later, he separated from Rasheeda, and sources say he talked to his legal team about starting a divorce. In my view, Rasheeda has allowed Kirk's bad behavior by staying with him instead of leaving. She had the choice to walk away but decided not to. Instead, she publicly said she was committed to keeping her family together, showing Kirk that she wasn't planning to leave. In an interview with Essence, Rasheeda explained her stance. A lot of times people who speak on that could never wear my shoes. A lot of women haven't even been in a relationship for 5 minutes, let alone 20 years. So you can't speak about the decisions that I make. At the end of the day, it's my life, and I never let anybody's opinion sway me in any direction. All I did was pray and follow my heart. And if nobody likes it, don't follow me. And don't leave any comments on my Instagram. Something you deal with might be something I wouldn't deal with, but it's not for me to tell you what to do. One reason our marriage has been able to continue is because he's made a 360-degree turn and not too much. I've had positive and negative experiences with it, and it wasn't an easy thing for me. So Kirk only realized he needed Rasheeda back in his life after he was hospitalized. However, his decision to bring Rasheeda back has made Jasmine extremely angry. She's been telling everyone who will listen about what Kirk did to her. According to sources, Kirk had already talked to Jasmine about the possibility of marrying her after his divorce from Rasheeda was finalized. So now that he's asking for Rasheeda back, it has left Jasmine's heart broken. But as the saying goes, you lose them the way you get them. Remember, this is Kirk we're talking about. He knows how to manipulate both Rasheeda and Jasmine. While we hope Kirk recovers quickly, one thing is certain. The situation between Rasheeda and Jasmine is about to get even messier. Fans have been talking ever since Kirk asked Rasheeda to stay by his side after doctors told him his condition was serious. Many are leaving comments online about the drama. Don't understand why Jasmine keeps throwing rocks and hiding her hands. Having a baby by a married man comes with consequences. Jasmine knew that man was married. Expecting a man to take accountability for something he was allowed to do is one of the consequences. Rasheeda can do much better if Kirk passes on. She has to live without him. Girl, kick the dead weight to the curb. Who needs that kind of disrespectful man? Take charge of your happiness. It's not with Kirk. Love yourself. And move on from him. Too beautiful to be dragged down. Kirk is with Rasheeda when he's sober, but goes to Jasmine when he's drunk. Do you think Rasheeda should forgive Kirk and stay by his side at the hospital? Or should she stay away since he chose Jasmine over her? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe my channel.